How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just want to come on here for a while and give my review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage from tonight, which is August 13th, 2021. I gotta say, it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega for the Impact Wrestling title. That was a great match. But the ending to it, Christian Cage went over and won the Impact Wrestling title with the kill switch on a steel chair. Well, after the match, the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, came out to the ring to celebrate with Christian Cage, and Scott D'Amore, the Executive Vice President of Impact Wrestling, came out to the ring to celebrate with Christian Cage as well. That was cool. Match 2, it was Miro versus Fuego del Sol for the AEW TNT title. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Miro went over and retained the AEW TNT title with the game over. Well, after the match, as Miro was celebrating his AEW TNT title victory over Fuego del Sol, Miro took the AEW contract that was promised to Fuego del Sol if he won, which he lost, but Miro took the contract and ripped it up and celebrated some more and then left the ring. Well, after Miro left the ring and went backstage, Sammy Guevara and Tony Khan, the president and owner of AEW, came out, and Tony Khan gave Sammy Guevara an AEW contract and gave him a hug, and, well, Tony Khan and Sammy Guevara hugged, and Tony Khan went backstage, and Sammy Guevara got a microphone and said, "Fuego, you may have lost, but who gives a shit? You may be 1-50, but who gives a shit? Because in AEW, you are loved. Everybody in AEW in the back, they love you. Tony Khan loves you, and I love you because you're my best friend. And even though you lost to Miro, even though you lost to Miro, you're still a winner in my book." So Tony Khan and I talked, and even though you lost, you still proved that you're worthy of being All Elite. So Sammy Guevara gave Fuego del Sol a contract, and Sammy Guevara and Fuego del Sol embraced with a hug and everything. That was cool. And match 3, which was the main event, it was Brent Baker versus Red Velvet for the AEW Women's title. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Brent Baker went over and retained the AEW Women's title with the lockjaw. Well, after the match, Brent Baker attacked Red Velvet with a fisherman's neck breaker, and then Brent Baker was getting ready to execute the curb stomp to Red Velvet on the AEW Women's title, but Chris Statlander came into the ring and attacked Brent Baker with a forearm shot to the face, while Chris Statlander was getting ready to beat the shit out of Brent Baker some more, but Jamie Hayter came out and attacked Chris Statlander from behind and beat the shit out of her. Then Jamie Hayter ended up beating the shit out of Red Velvet as well, and after Jamie Hayter beat the shit out of Red Velvet, Jamie Hayter grabbed Red Velvet and pulled her over to where the AEW Women's title was, and Britt Baker executed the curb stomp to Red Velvet on the AEW Women's title, and Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter celebrated and everything. That was cool. Now, besides the matches, Mark Henry interviewed Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and Mark Henry was talking to Christian Cage, saying, "Christian, you won the Impact Wrestling title tonight, and for that I'm proud of you, but the biggest moment is about to come because you will be facing Kenny Omega on September 5th at All Out. How are you feeling? Christian Cage said, Mark, I'm feeling great, and I'm glad you're here. And yes, I will be facing Kenny Omega at All Out on September 5th for the AEW title. But my plan is, I'm going to take every title off Kenny Omega, which I already did with the Impact Wrestling title. I'll take every title I can. I will take every title there is until I get the AEW title. And this bubbly is cold, but it's pretty hot out here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, baby. So Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express continue to celebrate with bubbly and everything, which that was cool. AEW aired a video package of the build-up of the match between Miro versus Fuego del Sol for the AEW TNT title, which that was cool. And Mark Henry interviewed Brent Baker and Red Velvet, and Mark Henry was asking Red Velvet, well, Mark Henry was saying to Red Velvet, on Wednesday on Dynamite, you attacked Britt Baker and ruined her moment. Why did you do it? Red Velvet said, well, let me tell you something, Mark. I ruined Britt Baker's moment because I was getting revenge for Britt Baker attacking me with a crutch a couple weeks ago. And if she thinks that I ruined her moment, well, I'm definitely going to ruin her moment again in her hometown when I beat her and win the AEW Women's title, because I'm going to stir her bitch ass up. And then Mark Henry was talking to Britt Baker, and Mark Henry was saying to Britt Baker, Britt Baker, Red Velvet did ruin your moment, so how are you going to respond to this? Britt Baker said, first of all, Mark, Red Velvet didn't ruin anything. And if she thinks she's going to beat me for my AEW Women's Championship, she's sadly mistaken, because this is my hometown of Britsburg, and I will beat her and retain the AEW Women's title with a broken freaking wrist, because I am Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and everything, which that was cool. Now, besides all that, Taz, Excalibur, and Chris Jericho done commentary throughout the whole show. Taz and Excalibur done awesome as usual, and Chris Jericho, this isn't his first rodeo as a commentator for AEW, because he's done commentary quite a bit of times on AEW Dynamite, but Chris Jericho done awesome on commentary as well. And Mark Henry, Mark Henry done commentary along with Taz, Excalibur, and Chris Jericho during the match between Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega for the Impact Wrestling title. And even though this was Mark Henry's first time doing commentary, he done awesome. And I think he'll continue to do awesome. And not only did he do awesome on the paper, on commentary, but he also done awesome as a backstage interviewer as well. The referees for the event were Brian Hebner, Paul Turner, and Bryce Remsburg. Brian Hebner refereed the match between Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega for the Impact Wrestling title. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Miro versus Fuego del Sol for the AEW TNT title. And Paul Turner refereed the match between Britt Baker versus Red Velvet for the AEW Women's title. All the referees done awesome as usual. And Dasha Gonzalez was the ring announcer throughout the whole show. Dasha Gonzalez done awesome as the ring announcer. Well, I was expecting Justin Roberts as the ring announcer for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage, but Dasha Gonzalez was awesome at it as well. So I'm guessing they're gonna have Justin Roberts do the ring announcing for AEW Dynamite, AEW Dark, and AEW Dark Elevation, and have Dasha Gonzalez be the ring announcer for AEW Rampage, which I would be fine with that. But like I said, Dasha Gonzalez done awesome as the ring announcer. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage from tonight, which is August 13th, 2021. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your ass down the road. Peace out.